As we navigate the complexities of life, we often find ourselves trapped in a cycle of suffering. We suffer from anxiety, fear, and doubt, and it seems like no matter how hard we try, we can't escape the feeling of being stuck. But what if I told you that there's a way to break free from this cycle? What if you could learn to stop suffering and start living the life you truly desire? This is the promise of Stoic wisdom, and today, we're going to explore the teachings of Epictetus, as shared by Seneca. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, lived a life of both privilege and hardship. As a Roman statesman and advisor to the emperor, he experienced the heights of power and wealth, but he also faced exile, poverty, and ultimately, a death sentence. And yet, despite these challenges, Seneca remained committed to his Stoic principles, and his writings continue to inspire and guide us to this day. As we delve into the wisdom of Epictetus, as shared by Seneca, we'll discover the root causes of our suffering and learn practical strategies to overcome them. We'll explore how to cultivate inner strength, resilience, and wisdom, and how to apply these principles to our everyday lives. So, let's begin this journey of self-discovery and transformation, and discover the power of Stoic wisdom to improve our lives. According to Epictetus, our suffering arises from our own thoughts and perceptions. He taught that we have the power to choose how we respond to any given situation, and that our suffering is often the result of our own negative thoughts and emotions. As Seneca writes, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This idea is both simple and profound, and it has the power to transform our lives. Consider the story of the Roman slave who was forced to march alongside his master's chariot, carrying a heavy load and facing the scorching sun. While his master was reveling in the luxuries of wealth and power, the slave was focused on his own inner strength and resilience. He knew that he had the power to choose his own attitude, and he chose to maintain a sense of dignity and purpose, even in the face of adversity. This story illustrates the idea that our suffering is not determined by our external circumstances, but by our own internal responses. By choosing to focus on what we can control, and letting go of what we can't, we can begin to break free from the cycle of suffering and start living a more authentic, meaningful life. So, how does this apply to our lives today? In a world filled with uncertainty and chaos, it's easy to get caught up in negative thoughts and emotions. We worry about the future, we regret the past, and we struggle to stay present in the moment. But what if we could learn to let go of these distractions and focus on what truly matters? What if we could cultivate a sense of inner peace and wisdom, no matter what challenges we face? This is the promise of Stoic wisdom, and it's a promise that's available to us all. By applying the principles of Epictetus, as shared by Seneca, we can start to transform our lives and achieve a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. We can learn to focus on what we can control, and let go of what we can't. We can cultivate a sense of inner strength and resilience, and develop the wisdom to navigate life's challenges with confidence and clarity. And we can start to live a life that's more authentic, more meaningful, and more in alignment with our values and principles. So, how can we apply these principles in our everyday lives? The first step is to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions. We need to learn to observe ourselves, to notice when we're getting caught up in negative patterns of thinking, and to make a conscious choice to let go. We can do this by practicing mindfulness, by taking a few moments each day to focus on our breath, and to calm our minds. We can also learn to reframe our challenges, to see them as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than threats to our ego or well-being. And we can cultivate a sense of gratitude, by focusing on the things that we're thankful for, rather than dwelling on what's lacking. By taking these small steps, we can start to transform our lives, and to achieve a deeper sense of inner peace and wisdom. We can learn to stop suffering, and start living the life we truly desire. And we can discover the power of Stoic wisdom to improve our lives, and to help us achieve our full potential. In conclusion, the teachings of Epictetus, as shared by Seneca, offer us a powerful guide for living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By learning to focus on what we can control, and letting go of what we can't, we can start to break free from the cycle of suffering and achieve a deeper sense of inner peace and wisdom. We can cultivate a sense of inner strength and resilience, and develop the wisdom to navigate life's challenges with confidence and clarity. And we can start to live a life that's more authentic, more meaningful, and more in alignment with our values and principles. If you're ready to stop suffering and start living the life you truly desire, then join us on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Subscribe to our channel, and get ready to discover the power of Stoic wisdom to improve your life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. If these words gave you strength today, subscribe. New Stoic wisdom every single day. The best is yet to come.